What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your November general reading. This is going to be for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. But of course, it's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your other placements, okay? I'm really excited to report this reading because honestly, I feel like Gemini, you guys collectively have just been doing so well lately. I feel like you've been thriving in all areas when we're talking about work, when we're talking about relationships. I think that you guys are really in a place where you are understanding where you are more and what you need more. And it's really beautiful to kind of see it unfold. So we're in Scorpio season, which is the season of death and rebirth. I always tell people during this time, whatever leaves your life at this time, it's okay. Be blessed about it. It was meant to go, right? Because that death energy, it's very much an energy too that it's not a surprise, right? Like tower energy is like a surprise. It comes out of nowhere. It's quick, it's fleeting, all that kind of stuff. But death energy is something that we usually see coming. It's usually something that we know we need to address. It's usually something that we know we can't avoid, right? And so Scorpio season will kind of naturally bring things to the forefront in terms of that. But for you guys, this is very much connected to your sixth house, which is all about your service to others. It's all about your work, your health, and your daily routines, right? So a lot of that is the focus. Let's get into some dates. We've got the new moon in Scorpio happening on the 4th, which is actually today. So for you guys, again, that's tapping into your sixth house. Don't be surprised if this month brings you some opportunities of expansion, whether it be in your learning that goes towards your everyday life, right? Like, so let's say I have a job, let's say I work for the county or something, but I want to elevate, right? And so I go for my master's program, something like that, right? There's things that are coming in your alignment, right? To where you're able to expand your everyday life. So even if it's more schooling, whatever it is, this might be long-term projects, but it's a really, really good thing. There's some beautiful opportunities that can come to you. Now, on the 5th, tomorrow, is Venus moving into Capricorn, which is actually great. It's kind of like where we all collectively kind of tighten up our shit, right? Capricorn energy is very much like, it's connected to Saturn, so it's very much like mature and like the adulting, and we don't do anything without giving it our best effort, right? Like Capricorns are the GOAT. So in this way, if we are in relationships, it makes us look at things from the bigger picture, what we want in the long run, and kind of get a little bit more serious and tie down certain things or do away with certain things that we know full well maybe we were just entertaining because we were bored, right? This also is very favorable in terms of work relationships, right? Because Capricorn energy is so connected to work and career and your public image and all that, that this energy, it makes you really like attractive and really favorable. So that's really good. And now for you guys, this is going to be hitting your 8th house. So there might be some big flux and some big changes in terms of your work environment, maybe the job that you do, maybe where you feel like, you know, what direction you want to go in terms of career. So these are all really great things that are coming to you this month. Now, I pulled your cards and you guys have beautiful cards. There's beautiful energy. The main thing that I would want to say to be mindful of this month is to really stay in the moment and savor the flavor of the blessings that are coming your way. You've got the Ace of Earth, aka the Ace of Pentacles, which is sitting in your unseen energy. So this is kind of what helps influence things, which is beautiful. This is new opportunity. This is new money opportunity. This is new money in general. This is setting foundations, planting really good seeds toward your legacy. This is all beautiful. Aces are the beginning of everything. So it doesn't matter whether we're talking about love, whether we're talking about abundance, whether we're talking about new frame of mind and thought, or whatever it is, right? Now, Ace of Pentacles is actually my favorite ace because it doesn't matter what we're talking about. We know that it's solid. We know that there's some type of security there. Things make sense there. So whether you guys are finding yourselves being in your stable relationships or coming into more money and more opportunities, this is really good for you guys, right? Now, going to that notion of like why I want you guys to like really savor the flavor of this month is because you got the Temperance card, which represents Sagittarius energy, but crossing it, you got the 8 of Fire, which is 8 of Wands, right? Now, Temperance card is connected to that Sagittarius energy, but it's very much about patience. It's about kind of knowing that you have to just surrender to things. Temperance card reminds me that no matter what I want or what I see important from my line of sight, I can't speed up time and I can't change things. Like, yes, I am the co-creator of my own reality, but there are boundaries and limitations of what I can do. And like, usually it points to a time where we kind of have to surrender to a moment and kind of put trust into the universe that we know that things are working out in our favor, right? It's kind of like that divine faith. You like give it up to God and let them work out the things, right? But what's crossing it is that 8 of fire. Now, that temperance card can talk about things or a time where you're stagnant or feeling like things weren't quite moving, right? Because it is very much connected to like trying to recalibrate something or like find alchemy in something, find that great perfect blend in a thing. So what I will say is if there are any areas that have been seeming stagnant or like things just weren't moving or you weren't quite sure or you're trying to get used to a new flow, a new routine, which I think does have a lot to do with that 6th house energy, things are going to be speeding up. Things are going to be moving. The 8 of fire is very quick energy. It's communication. It's travel. It's beautiful when you're trying to get stuff done and when you've got goals. But again, savor the flavor of the moment, right? Now you've got the 10 of Wands, which is clarifying that temperance card. And so I just want you to be mindful because there might be things that come up, could be obstacles or something that comes up this month that you are seeing as a problem, right? Because it's not letting you get from A to B, but also don't look at it as a problem. It's almost like for your protection. If there have been things that haven't been able to move, think about it as being for your protection. But one thing I want you to keep in mind is you got this 10 of Wands here. So that is an overwhelming energy. This could indicate someone taking on too much. This could indicate someone taking on things that don't even belong to them in the first place. So be very mindful where you're placing this energy because you do have the chance for burnout this month, right? Especially because I think things are unfolding so beautifully and I think things are getting done that you guys want to keep this momentum, but you don't have to fight to keep the momentum if you just stay in the flow. It's kind of like I grew up going to Waterworld. That was the water park that was, residential or whatever for me. And like just about every water park I've ever been to, they have like that lazy river, right? Where you get in it and like, it's pulling you. So you can literally like people that sit up in their inner tubes and they're just floating, right? So if I'm in the lazy flow river, I don't have to assert myself to swim faster or do anything. I can literally just be in the flow. As long as I'm not resisting it and trying to go the other way, I'm going to keep flowing in the direction that I want to go. So it's kind of like that. Things are working out for you, Gemini. And I think you guys seeing the evidence of things working out for you makes you more excited. So you think, ooh, let me like do more. Let me like effort this, just pump it up a step more. And you don't have to. Things are flowing. And where things have been stagnant, they're going to continue to flow and they're going to continue to flow faster. Last month we had a good amount of planets go direct that had been retrograde for quite some time. And so I think that this helps like with the 8 of Wands. Like I think it's that like showing that energy that's picking up for you guys, which is really great. Now you've got a 3 of Swords, which is clarifying the 8 of Fire, right? So this could be communication coming to you too of something like maybe not that favorable happening, maybe a disappointment. I don't know that it doesn't feel like it's huge. Queen of Pentacles, this could have to do with like your living situation. This could have to do with your mother. This could even have to do with your job situation. Don't be discouraged though if there's any bad news or any news that you weren't expecting to come this month, because I don't feel like it's like a major setback. You know what I mean? It might just be a little pause. Now, in the past, you've got that Knight of Air energy, which is Knight of Swords, which this is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Now, we have to watch out for him, right? Because he also can come off abrasive and aggressive. Like everybody is not always in the mood for his type of energy, right? Because he doesn't always think about everybody, even though he has the ability to think. He's very smart, but he's very much like that one track mind. It's like, I've got goals. I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. And so sometimes he doesn't take other things into consideration. He's almost always that person too that's like too smart for their own good. You know, people like that, like they're so smart and they know they're smart, but because they're so smart, you can't tell them shit. And then, you got the Eight of Swords, that's clarifying it. So be mindful. I think there's a lot of things, a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas that are coming to you, especially at this time. I mean, we're in that 6th house energy for you guys right now, but we just got out of that 5th house, which is all about your creative flow, your self-expression. So I think this is kind of pointing to that and really kind of getting clear on what it is that you feel inspired by and feel pulled to. Eight of Swords is that analysis paralysis. This is when we can kind of get stuck in that mental trap. Air signs, we can do it real bad because we are air signs. We are connected to the knowledge and the intellect and the thinking, the communication. So we can really get spun in that way. So just making sure that you're being mindful of that. We are in Scorpio season, so using your intuition on things is going to be really important too. Like having that fine balance of like what makes sense in a pragmatic way, but also like what feels right. Right? There's going to be a need to be a healthy balance of that, because there may have been something in the past that maybe you were coming off a little bit strong with people. And that could be something that you've been trying to work on to kind of like soften your approach to certain things, right? Yeah, Four of Cups. I almost feels like this is like something that you guys have been working on, that like something like an area of opportunity. Like maybe you don't want to come off this way, so you've been trying to work on certain things. But I think it's really, really beautiful. I think it's going to serve you well in the beginning or at the end. Lord, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Now, near future, you got Ace of Air, which is beautiful. So you've got 2 aces. You got Ace of Pentacles. You got Ace of Swords. Beautiful. That's new ideas coming in. That's truth coming in. That's new perspective coming in. New communication coming in, which is really, really beautiful. It's great energy to have, especially around this new moon that we're having. Queen of Cups here. This could also have to do with something in relationships, love too. New communication from your partner, especially if you are dealing with a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I say that too because you do have the Cancer Chariot card here, which is about forward movement. It's success. It's about being balanced, right? This could also talk about travel. You've got a few cards that talk about travel. So maybe there may be a trip coming up that you guys are trying to settle and get all the details behind too. Whenever I see nights, I think of travel. 8 of Fire, travel, Cancer, travel. So there might be something with travel coming up. Ooh, if you have a Cancer in your life, it's a good look. It's a good look. There's a lot of love there. They feel very strongly about you. They care about you. They see future with you. And you guys make each other really happy. And there's a lot of potential. So that's really, really cool. Now, next you've got Aquarius card with the star energy. I love this card because this is a wish fulfillment card. It does go back to having that faith and optimism too, right? Kind of same energy that Sagittarius card of the Temperance brought up, that faith. But it also talks about vulnerability. Some of you guys are aligning with someone who just makes you feel more gushy. This is a really good time for you guys right now, Gemini. I think a lot of you guys are feeling in your power. And I think a lot of you guys are feeling like you're in your power because it doesn't matter what's going on with anybody else and their emotions and their things. It just feels like you can't easily be swayed. It's like a lot of you Geminis have decided, I'm going to be happy, damn it. And, you know, that's just what's going to happen. Sorry, guys, I'm going to call me. Sorry, girl, I'll call you back. That's just what's going to happen. I think that's the focus. I think that there's a lot coming to you in terms of relationships, in terms of abundance, Queen of Pentacles. And yeah, I just want you guys to savor this moment. I think sometimes we get so caught up on the goals that we want to achieve that we forget that it's really about the journey to the goals, right? So it's not just about the actual outcome, even though, you know, we love to see the physical manifestations, but stay close to the journey of it because there's a lot of beautiful things along the way and there's a lot that you guys are learning and taking in. Now, you closing it out, you've got the Emperor and you've got the Page of Water, Page of Cups. This is really beautiful energy. Maybe some of you guys are connecting with an Aries or someone who has strong Aries in their chart. Maybe you have strong Aries in your chart. But when we talk about Page of Water, we're talking about a love message usually. Pages are messages or messengers. They bring us the good news or whatever. So maybe you guys are connecting with, like I said, an Aries, but also I do see there's a lot of good luck around work, right? Again, that sixth house is being ignited right now. So you can make a lot of progress if there's things that you're going for at work at this time. Like this is a really, really good time for you. If there's that raise that you wanted, if there's that new position that you wanted, put it out there and go for it because I do see good luck coming with that. Okay, of you guys stepping into your own, you know, stepping into your own power and being your own boss, some of you, which is really great. Now, you've also got, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. I love this because honestly, this card kind of goes with that Sagittarius Temperance card of temperance. I did. We're going to ignore that. Because it is about the surrender, right? Like I said, in terms of like time, you can't rush this, girl. You can't make this go faster, girl. You can't make this flow flowier, girl. Like get in the wave and like ride the ride. So this is about surrendering to the presence. Look, staying in the present moment, right? So in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Beautiful. You've also got face your financial fears, which says when you are honest with yourself about your fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you in fact have nothing to fear and that every successful person has struggled with and release these self-doubts, right? We all go through it. We all go through the fear, but how much of that fear are we going to let control our outcome and control our lives? That is all up to us. And then you've also got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this is a love card, but this, I think just in general, you guys taking back control. Part of that taking back control is knowing that you can't control everything, right? Knowing that you and your way of controlling things is to kind of just go with the flow a little bit more. If you are in a relationship, maybe there are some things that you guys need to talk about in terms of boundaries. Scorpio season is all connected to boundaries, and this is a great time to do it. Maybe things, because I see like those of you guys who are in a relationship, I actually see that things are quite beautiful, but there might be certain things, right? Because nobody's perfect. Might just be like a matter of like expressing what type of things work for you so that you guys have an even deeper and better understanding. But this is a really beautiful, powerful month for you guys, and I'm super excited. I hope that this was helpful, guys. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, Jim.